What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm Live here on Twitch and now on YouTube. Sorry I'm late, everybody. Oh boy, I'm going to tell you a quick story about why I'm late. It's about 2:25 in the afternoon. I'm supposed to start this at 2 o'clock. The reason I didn't is my power went off again in the middle of the night. About 3 o'clock in the morning, the power went off and didn't come back on till, honest to God, about 20 minutes ago. So, and it takes me, 20 minutes to get everything all set up, to get the computer up, to get Old Ridge running, to get, all the streaming stuff up and running. And I apologize for being late, but we're here. We're here on Old Ridge. As you can see, it's 5:07 in the morning on a hot, going to be sunny summer day here in Old Ridge. It's one of those days where it's going to be a good day to work. It's going to be hot, but we've got cows to feed. As you can see, the cows are in desperate need of food, and we've got hay to bale because, as you can also see over there behind the tractor in the shed, I have no hay. I used the last of it to fill up the mix station there, so I can give the cows some food. And so that's what's going to be happening today here on Old Ridge Live. So again, I apologize for being late. I'm doing the best I can here. It's one of those things that kind of happens sometimes with me, that things just go wrong. Go figure, right? So. Hey, Tony. Hey, Peter. And hello, David. I am in the Discord, guys, if you want to jump in. I'm still trying to find myself on YouTube, though. I have the hardest time with this. Well, obviously, 3 people are watching me on YouTube. I just cannot find myself for some reason. Oh, oh, there I am. There I am, under the recommended list. I'm recommended. Please watch yourself. It does say Big Fields, Big Fun for some reason instead of Old Ridge Farm Live, but whatever, that's fine. Okay, anyway, let's feed some cows. My goodness, what a morning and afternoon it has been. Let's just put it that way. So, all right, I need those. I'm not going to turn the lights on because we all know Farm Sim 15 lights are awful. So, okay, all right, David, cool. Hey, Yoda, how you doing? Welcome to Old Ridge Farm Live. A new weekly series here on the Bipolar Prophet Gaming channel, so where I do my absolute favorite map in the entire world live. I do need this, however, not that. Which side do I want to be on? I want to be on... What side am I on? Not on the back. Left. Yep, I do this every week now, Yoda. It's my favorite... obviously, the Old Ridge Farm, my favorite map, my favorite farm sim game. So I figured let's do it live every week because it'll be more fun. Yes, ladies, I know you're very hungry. Oh, and here comes some food. You also need some... do you need straw? Not really, but I'm going to give you some, and you also need some water, so... if I'm a little fuzzled during this one, I apologize. Like I said, it was a crazy early morning and afternoon, so... I tell you what, I have never booted up my computer and got everything running faster in my life than I did today, so... You can see we're up to 361 milking cows on a way to an ultimate number of 500. Because, why not? I have the pasture for 500, so... Yep, FS15, Yoda. I'm still playing FS15. A little over 3 years now I've been playing this. And almost that long on this map. This is the famous or infamous, depending on how you look at it, Old Ridge Farm series. The series that will probably never end because I enjoy it so much. So, yeah, it was Turbo BP, Tony, that's for sure. Believe me, I mean, I literally sat down and hit, log in and turn on and turned everything on at the same time. My computer was like, what are you doing to me? So... And I'm still not 100% like awake or sort of there, but we'll get there. Got plenty of time. It's going to take a while to feed the cows and then, all the baling and everything, so. Luckily, I had the foresight to fill up the mix station yesterday, so, which is good because like I said, I didn't have any more hay. I filled it up as much as it would take. So, I have plenty of mixed rations for the cows, so. So Mike and Roy decided yesterday. These are for Yoda's sake. Mike and Roy are my horseplay hands. I give them names because this is a story-driven series. So they decided yesterday, being Sunday, that they wanted to stay until all the corn was planted. So they got that done about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I told them, well, you know what? I'm like, since you guys stayed all day, you can come in late today. They'll be in later today. There really isn't a whole lot to do. I do have some spraying to do, some sugar beets to spray, and some corn to spray, but there's not much for them to do at the moment, so it's okay if they come in a little later. I can do all the baling, and they can help me stack the bales later. I generally don't show feeding the cows because, you know, I've shown it a bunch of times in videos, and you guys have all seen it. But I didn't have time to not show it this time. If I would have waited to do this and then went straight to baling, it would have been, you know, I don't know what time it would have been by the time I got done, because this takes quite a while. You know, I give the cows about 65 tons of food twice a day. So, hey Travis, how you doing? Welcome to Old Ridge Farm Live. A little late today, unfortunately, but, you know, we're here and we're doing stuff, so. And I don't have to give them water every time I feed them, but I haven't given them water in a couple of days, so their trough is low, so I have to fill that up. So you're going to get the full experience today of what it takes to feed this ever-growing herd here on Old Ridge Farm. I also need to muck out at some point because my manure is getting full. That's always the fun bit for the people who live downwind. Now, luckily, there's no houses built over there yet. They are working over there, though. I noticed they've been cutting down some trees. So, obviously, progress continues on the Old Ridge Farm or Old Ridge Resort Community or whatever it's going to be called over there. I'm not quite sure yet, So yesterday afternoon, after the guys got done and everything was pretty much done, and I had walked through and checked the calves and everything, and checked the cows, I went over to the pub and had a couple of, well, not drinks, because I don't drink anymore, but had a couple of sodas and a talk with Mike. And apparently he heard from Paul, and Paul is never going to be able to walk again, which is really unfortunate. You know, it was sort of a given that was going to happen. But we were all sort of keeping our fingers crossed that he would, you know, get better and be able to at least walk. Now, whether he was going to be able to work on a farm again, you know, that wasn't really, nobody was really thinking that was going to happen. He was too badly hurt. But he found out he'll never walk again. The nerve damage is too bad. So apparently he's going to be Mike's office guy now, do all of Mike's office work, all his paperwork, his contract handling, and all that sort of thing, which is great. You know, I'm getting to the point where I could use somebody to do that too. You know, I don't have a wife or, you know, a girlfriend or anything like that. I do it all myself. So I do all the you know, paperwork. I get all the contracts. I pay all the taxes. I get all the permits and pay all the fees and, you know, anything else. So any chance you two want to get out of the way? Come on, move it. Move it. Move it. Thank you. Okay, so I still drive through you anyway. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day here in Old Ridge. Hot day. So, how's the weather been over there? I hit 106 on Friday. No bailing for me. In the real world, Frito, and hello, Frito, by the way. In the real world, it has been in the high 80s and very humid here in New England. It has been insanely hot. So, hot enough that the transformer across the street from my house keeps blowing up. So. It's done it twice now in 5 days, so. Yeah, you can always drive through the cows, which is, you know, unfortunately the way it is, so. Generally, I'm patient enough to wait for them to move, but I'm kind of in a hurry today, so. Here in Old Ridge, the weather's been beautiful. It's been about 70, so. Game sound is a bit high. Yeah, it probably is. There's only so much I can do about that. I can turn it down a little bit. Let me see if I can. I could turn it off. We could do that. Or, you know what I could do? Instead of turning it completely off, we'll do this. Give me a second. It's going to go to the Be Right Back screen while I do this. Okay, hopefully that's better. Farm Sim 15 is a hard game to get the sound just right. You don't have a lot of options as far as turning it down and turning, and sort of modulating the sound. Yeah, Frito, it's been a long time. It's good to see you, man. Luckily, I don't need to buy cows at all. I have, I'm breeding, pretty much constantly, so I'll be selling them before long, actually, so. Luckily, I have all the straw I need, so I won't need to buy in straw for a minute. Oh, no worries. It should be better now. I've turned it down through my streaming software, so hopefully it's better. If it's not, let me know, and I have one more thing I can do, so. And this particular setup, this feeder and this tractor are very loud anyway, so. Although we will be in my straight piped case when we bail, so that's even louder. But I'll be in the cab for that, so it won't be so bad. I just don't do this in the cab, so. Climbed a 6,000-foot mountain. Well, good for you. Yeah, I'm too old for that stuff, man. On your kind of bikes anyway, on what you do, so. I've climbed my share of mountains on my bike, but on pavement. Okay, so one more on this side, two more up on the road trough, and then we'll get him some water, get him some straw, and the cows will be all set. I took care of the calves yesterday, gave them all straw, and checked on them, see how they're doing. They're all doing very well, very healthy, which is good, so. There'll be quite a few new Holstein additions to the herd. I have a mixed herd of Holsteins, Friesians, and a couple of Belgians, but we didn't mate all of the Friesians and the Belgians. We mostly did the Holsteins, so it's going to be a lot of new Holsteins on the farm this year, which is good. I like Holsteins, so. I can actually jump in. See, and the other thing that's kind of loud is that everything over here is working right now. So the mix station is working, the tractor's working, so it's a little loud. Shale Rock Switchback Go Trail. Oh, good for you. Yeah, it's been a long, long time since I've done stuff like that. And I only ever did, I used to do it on a mountain bike. On a pedal bicycle. So back when I was, younger and fitter. Not that I was ever particularly fit, but fitter than I am now, that's for sure. I got what you meant, Tony. It's fine. Oh. Yeah, they make it's probably good that they make the cows non-collidable. It's funny, they're dynamically non-collidable, though. They can collide with each other, and they can sort of collide with objects, but you can't run them over, which is good, because if you could, that's all people would do, right? So, speaking of Holsteins, come on, ladies, get out of the way, please. Move it. Thank you. See, they'll go head-to-head with each other. They won't walk through each other, which I think is kind of neat. So, thank you. The shed is getting smaller and smaller. Every calf that comes up to maturity. At some point, I'm going to have to build a new shed. I just don't want to mess with the cow mesh, because the cow mesh is very fussy, and if you get it wrong, all your cows will freeze because they won't be able to get to the food, so. Alright, 2 loads in the road trough, and then we got to get the baler hooked up and everything, so. Well, I've done so much work on this map already that, to be honest, if the cow shed is the hardest thing I do, then okay, I can live with it, so. And at some point I need to fill this mix station back up again. That's a twice-a-day job, too. Got to fill that up twice a day, regardless of, what's going on. Cows got to eat. Everything on this farm is geared towards my herd, obviously. Even all this corn I'm growing is geared towards silage for the herd. The barley that I put in, in the fall and winter, and then harvest in the late spring, is basically really for straw. So, and I still got to buy in straw. I never have enough straw to get me through the winter. I should have enough hay, and because I'll get 2 cuts of hay, so. And I'll definitely have enough silage, but I was referring to the biking. Yeah, but you're a big biker, though, Yoda. Oh, I was going to the road trough, wasn't I? Okay. Let's do that. Luckily, I can do that through here. They hate it. Oh, the cows hate it. Oh, here's my Belgians. Excuse me. They hate it when I come down this road because they really think this is their road. So, oh, listen. I know it's morning and you guys all want to get to the trough and to the milk robot. I have a lot of milk that I need to sell, but I won't do that online. I won't do that sort of on screen because it's kind of boring. So, just me driving back and forth to the dairy, selling milk, a lot of milk. So, now get backed up here. And I need this again. Is that the right side? It'll tell me if it isn't. Yep, it's the right side. Perfect. I'm basically just, mainlining caffeine at the moment, too, trying to wake up. It's funny, when the power goes off and everything gets really silent, I can't sleep. I'm used to having a fan blowing on me and stuff, and it got so quiet I couldn't sleep. I didn't really fall asleep till about, 11 o'clock this morning. So, I was doomed to run late from the beginning. Yeah, I would. That would be a neat thing. I wouldn't hate it if cows, not so much ran away, but moved out of the way. You know what I mean? Because most dairy cows are going to be used to equipment, but they will move out of the way when you get near them. So these cows just kind of hang out until you get close to it. So, again, Farm Sim 19, right? It's coming. It's not too far away. So maybe we'll get some more interactive cows or whatever. The one thing I really want, and I say this all the time, I want the ability to move cows from pasture to pasture. Whether that be by pushing a button and they just magically appear, or, the ultimate thing, and I know we'll probably never see this, would be to actually move them, actually herd them from, open up some gates and have them move from pasture to pasture, but because if you pasture your cows, you don't keep them in one pasture forever, because it's not, they run out of grass. They don't have any bite in the grass left after a while. So you got to move them from pasture to pasture. It's already hot. It's already hot. It's hot here in Old Ridge, and it's hot here in the real world. Yeah, Tony, you push him with a tractor, then you end up in that movie called Food Inc., which I don't know if anybody's ever seen, but it was one of these movies that was put out by people who don't like farming, and they showed all the bad parts of the bad farmers and animal abuse and everything, and I don't want to be part of that. No, I love my cows. So they're all my friends, and they're all they're the things that make me my money. So without them, I starve to death, and without me, they starve to death. All I see is a black screen and no audio. Okay. Well, I'm watching it on YouTube right now, and it works. I can switch over to Twitch to see if there's a lot of people watching on Twitch, right? The people on Twitch can see it, right? Back left. That's what I want. Okay, maybe you try a reset there. Refresh it, Roy. I'll go over to Twitch on the Abacus and make sure, though, just for my own sort of sanity. Okay, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I just been watching it on YouTube. I don't need to watch it at all. I have the Restream chat, which shows me the chat from both, but I just like to watch it on one of them. So, but let me just have a look here and make sure that everything's okay on this end. Oh, coffee. God, I love coffee. I'm going to have a coffee maker. Yeah, it seems to be working okay, Roy. The chat may be a little screwed up because of the way Restream works, but... Okay, that's the cows fed. Now we need to get him some water, and then we'll get him some straw. And luckily, because it's been so warm here in Old Ridge, and dry, I mean, it is not, you know, normally live streaming, yeah, first world issues, exactly. Oh. Because it's been so warm and dry here in Old Ridge, the hay has really sort of dried up to the right level of moisture, so we'll be able to bale pretty quickly. And, you know, it sort of, because I had to create a story for that, the real reason for that is soil mod. If I fast forward too many days, I won't have any hay left, so I have to get it up off the ground before soil mod takes it all away. I do have my soil mod growth cycle set to 10 days, which is the standard here in Old Ridge. It's 10 days between growth cycles. So that way I will be chopping corn at the end of August, which would be fairly realistic for when I planted it. Nothing happens quickly here in Old Ridge. I wanted to slow this series down, make it a 1-to-1 series. You know, one day is one day, you know, and luckily I'm able to do that now because we're established enough, so. All right. Is the game audio any better? Is it still really loud? Because I can turn it down some more. I can turn it down so that there isn't any game audio, which is unfortunately sometimes what you have to do with Farm Sim 15. All right. Now, let me go buy some water, which is annoying, but okay, thanks, David. I never got around to fixing this mod over here. I have a mod that these buildings have water tanks connected to them, and they collect the rainwater, right? But I never got around to fixing it so that the water's actually free, so. Oh well. Thanks, Peter. Good. Am I close enough to fill this up? Yes, I am. Oh, they're going to need probably 10 straw bales, and then they'll be good. I got to move that manure before that pit overfills on me. Well, I tell you what. That right there is the reason I live in Old Ridge. I mean, when the sun comes up over them hills, it is so pretty here. It is so, so pretty here. Gotta turn around. Now, for you guys' benefit, I will come in here and turn around. When I do this and I'm off screen, I generally tend to just kind of clip that hedge and turn around, but I can actually do this in the cab. No. All right, here you go, ladies. Here's some water. This should be enough water. I'll only give you 1 tank of water. That'll be enough to get you through at least today. I should have my unload icon. I do. Very good. Do I have to open this to be able to see the chat? Is that how that works? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, I'll watch it on Twitch for a little while. Why not? $209 hours on this tractor. That's 209 real hours, too. I haven't doctored the hours on this. That's 209 real hours. And that's only since the rebuild of the map. Anybody who's been around for a long time may remember that. Around episode 43, I had a major calamity with the map. I had broken it, lost my save game and everything, and basically had to rebuild the map from scratch. So it actually has more hours than that, but But this tractor did almost all of the rebuilding of the map, all the new planting, all the new plowing of fields, and combining of fields and everything else. So, Internet Explorer and Twitch aren't playing well together. Oh yeah, see, I don't use Internet Explorer, so I don't know anything about that. I use Chrome. Oh yeah, yeah. Those buildings are cheap, BP. Just keep crashing into them. I use Chrome, so even though Chrome hates certain things like Java, but. All right, you can go off, you can go off, you can go off, and we'll go find our JCB telehandler, wherever that may be. There it is. Oh, yeah, it's over at the calves, because I was bedding the calves yesterday, so. So I don't get yelled at. I'll put that in the transport mode. Oh, crap, this needs fuel. All right, that's the first thing we got to do. Run down to the fuel... Run down to the petrol station and fill this up. Oh, there's another $200. So, even though we've just started this stream, I'm already thinking about tomorrow's stream. May have a bit of a treat for everybody tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing... I know Mirman has done a fantastic tour of Old Ridge Farm 17 that Darren Cassell has converted. That is unfortunately not available to the public yet. And I was thinking about doing a little bit of live stuff. Do a little tour of it and everything. Kind of compare the two. Not compare, but like, this is here and that's there or whatever. The only reason I kind of don't want to do that, I do want to do it and I don't. I do want to do it because it's a great map. I don't want to do it because I don't want to be like, haha, look what I have and you don't. I don't like that. You guys know that bothers me. But I'm really lobbying for Darren to be able to get Old Ridge released. So, no. How about we... This is not Euro Truck, VP. How about we hold the right button? Oh, buy money. Of course, I'll make a fair bet when I sell all this milk, so... Gotta have fuel. Things do not run without fuel. There we go. I was lucky, too, that I've been on the map a lot the last couple of days, so all the shaders have loaded in and kind of been cached, so I don't have the stuttering bit where the shaders load up. Now, my frame rates aren't great, and it's not the map's fault. It's my own fault, because this map was very well optimized when it was released to the public, nearly 3 years ago now. But in the interim time that I've done all the edits and everything, all the i3Ds are still in it, and there's a lot of scripts running on it now. It's not particularly optimized, but it runs okay for me, so I've never bothered to really mess with it all that much. Oh, I need to get my seed tender out of that field, too. That was the last field they finished yesterday afternoon, so... And I just sent them home. I was like, all right, you guys have been here all day. You're costing me a lot of money paying you time and a half, so... All right, let's get some straw for these... for the girls, and then yeah, it is, Yoda. It came out, I want to say it came out in like November or December of 2015, and it's not available anymore, unfortunately. That's the one thing about the JCB. It's got great visibility, but when you've got bales on it, you can't see anything. Well, I own it, so I'm keeping it. This was expensive. It took a long time to pay off, so it's only got, you know, nearly 50 hours on it. I'll have this for years. That's one thing about this map, this series in particular, is I'm not changing equipment a lot because I just can't afford to do it, so. It was made by the OEB, well then the OEB modding team, yeah. So they would be British. You may have seen, nope. Gotta unlock the bales, BP. Come on, how many times have you done this? You may have seen David Oldfield doing map tours, map previews of this way back. That's what made me fall in love with the map, watching him do it. I was just like, oh, I want to play in this map. But it was so good, I was afraid I was going to make a hash of it, you know? Here I am now. This is, you know what's funny? This is episode 149 of Old Ridge Farm. So next Monday, we will have broken the 150 episodes of this series, which to me is a massively big deal, you know? And it doesn't happen without you guys. So, you know, the fact that people still want to watch it. You know, the fact that Mirrorman, who tells the story so much better than I do, but has been, you know, doing it for just as long as I have. You know, this is always going to be the... I don't know, this is always going to be the thing on the channel because I love this map so much, and I love the story. You know, and again, and I said this in the sort of how-to article I wrote over at PCSG. You know, there isn't something exciting that happens every day, so... Hey, how you doing, Fiat 11090? How's it going? Oh, floating bale. You know, there isn't going to be something exciting that happens every day. You know, it's farming. You know, when the Crawford Browns get fired up, or when, you know, we have some sort of calamity or something like that, you know, then there's some interesting story. But most of the time, it's just farming. So, I am very curious to see what's going on with these houses across the street, though. Across the back end of the dairy there. This makes me nervous. I say it all the time, but it makes me nervous. When they tell me I can't, you know, spread slurry anymore. And I don't even, you know, I'm not splash plating anymore. I haven't done that since I've been here, basically. I've always dribble hosed it, so... Not like I can... There's not much less I can do slurry-wise. You know, I don't spread muck on that field for that exact reason, so... That field only ever gets liquid, and then dry fertilizer, so... Okay, that's probably enough straw for you guys now, for a little while. Fold that back up so I can cross the street. And we'll go do some baling, yay! Get this out of the way because I'm going to be bringing in stacks of bales later, so... Well, don't leave it there because it's going to be in the way of the baler. Back it up against the hedge where it belongs. A rare treat for everybody watching BP actually put his stuff away. If I'm going to use it in a day or two or whatever, I'm generally not going to park it up because there's no point. Oh, oh, this needs fuel too. Really? Oh, you guys are killing me with the fuel. What are you doing with the fuel? All right, raise that back up. All right, let's go get some fuel for this. This is going to be much more expensive to fill up than the telehandler was. Wait, another calf born? 362? Very nice, very nice. I doubt we make it to 500 this year, probably next year. And then it'll be selling off mature cows as new calves come up. Because I can't have, you know, an unlimited amount of cows. I just don't have the pasture for them. So Nor do I have the land to be able to sustain them, you know, with the grass and the straw and everything. I end up buying in straw, you know, midway through the winter. I should have enough hay to get me through. I hope. If not, I'll be buying in hay too. You can tell it's planting time. Well, it was planting time because all the tractors are out of fuel, and I've spent a great deal of time over here at the petrol station. Filling tractors up. In fact, while that's filling up, I will be right back. Okay, well, there's another 1,000 pounds that I'm about to turn into black smoke, but okay, gotta have it. Again, can't do anything without diesel, so. Alright, now that I'm not right next to the petrol station anymore, I can light my cigarette. Don't smoke, kids, it's very bad. This episode's kind of cool in the sense that this is sort of a day in the life of, right? This is sort of what happens on a daily basis on Old Ridge. The cows are, you know, fed every day, at least, well, twice a day. You know, there's always something to be done here, whether it's baling, spraying, mowing, raking, tedding, just walking the fields, moving stuff around. You know, occasionally even the mess gets on my nerves, and I'm like, all right, time to put everything away. We spend a day just doing the yard work and cleaning everything up. So I think that's why I like this map so much. It's been around so long and it's so well established now that there's always something to be done. I'm on this map. I used to be on this map 7 days a week. I'm definitely on it 6 days a week now. So it won't take very long to bale all this hay. So. All right, here we go. Can I maybe see the hitch though? Well, might as well do the new dairy meadow. Since we're right here, start with that one. Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. For the longest time, I was on this map 7 days a week for about 2 hours every single day, you know. But now that it's so well established, I can kind of take a day off, so. You know, plus I play Farm Sim 17 with everybody on Sundays now, you know, so. I'm farming every day of the week somewhere. Silage bales are getting low. That's okay. Got plenty of silage coming. So with all this corn, those bales should last me till that corn gets chopped. So, all right. Now we gotta get all this set up now. First things first. Lower that. Switch to this. I never remember what the buttons for this is. It is B. There we go. Switch back to the baler. Turn the baler on. Oh, yeah, how about we unfold it first? Let's do that. Not really going to be able to slide bales out without the gate down, huh? Now we can turn it on. Then we got to switch back to this so we can unload it. 8 miles an hour? Sure, why not? Turn this back off so I can see chat. And we are baling. Yay! And I do need to keep an eye on this bale stacker though, because this doesn't tell me when it's full. So obviously I haven't made an bale yet, but so I guess I will do this out of the cab, only because I have to watch this bale stacker, so to make sure I'm not overfilling it, because then the bales will just go everywhere. Big old windrows. I rode this with my new, well, used Swadro, Krone Swadro 19-meter rake, because it's so much quicker. We do so much grass here, so much raking, that it just makes sense. Perry and Phil were bugging me to get a bigger rake and a bigger tedder, so, you know, now that they're unfortunately not here anymore, at least Roy and Mike get to use the bigger equipment, so. Gotta be careful not to turn this too tight either, otherwise it'll wrap up on itself. For anybody who may have watched yesterday, the Monkey Show Live from Aggravation Nesmos, the winner of the Horsch special part of the Farm Sim 17 contest, we baled a big field. We harvested the second biggest field on the map, and it's massive, and then baled it afterwards, and we got 670 bales off that field. So BP's been doing a fair bit of baling lately. Doing a lot of baling. It's just that time of year when, you know, you're doing the baling, so. And I enjoy baling. I'd bale every day if I could. I really like to bale. Yeah, it's not the most exciting job in the world, but it's a job that needs to be done, and there's something sort of satisfying about getting a when you finish a field and it's all clean. You know, there's something satisfying about a clean field afterwards. It would be awesome for regular people, not so much for me, because VR makes me want to throw up. Are you turning them into compost now? Yeah, we're putting them all in the compost master on the community farm, because we don't need them for anything, and that's a lot of bales to be feeding into that thing. So, speaking of that, I need to go up and cut the old donkey sanctuary meadow at some point for bales for the compost machine too. So, all right, that's a full load of that. And because this one's different than the one I use in 17, I never remember which button it is. It's O and then O again, I believe. Yeah, VR makes me nauseous. I can't even watch 3D movies on my 3D TV, which annoys me. I bought a 3D TV and I can't even watch 3D movies, so. Well, you can go off now. I don't think I need the beacons on while I'm in the field, huh? You know, it's funny. I watch a lot of like VR racing stuff, and I can't watch the video but for about 5 minutes because even the videos. Whoops. Yep. See what happens when you turn too sharply. I don't know what I was thinking there. Even the videos make me slightly nauseous, so I'm too old school. I would rather have triple monitors than a VR headset. So, and the way I drive, especially like doing stuff like this, would you really want to watch a VR video of this? Jesus, BP, you're making me motion sick. Oh. Plus, my rig won't run VR anyway, so. Oh, so it says. I think it will, but I don't really worry about it too much, so. I don't know, every time Nvidia updates its drivers, it installs the 3D Vision driver, so, you know, whatever. I don't have any interest in VR. A, it's too expensive. B, I don't want to spend 10 hours a day with that big, bulky headset on my face, so... I am going to go to triple monitors at some point. That's going to be the next thing I do. When I upgrade my graphics card, I'll probably go to triple monitors. If I have any money, that is. We'll see. Slight acidity, huh? Well, not messing with that, because if I put lime down on this field, I will throw it so far the other way into alkalinity that I'll never get it back, so it's going to have to stay like this. I was hoping I'd get more bales off this field, but okay. I don't know how much you can span the view out in Farm Sim. I don't know. I've never done it, so... I mean, obviously, I have a 40-inch monitor now, but it's still just running at 1920 by 1080, so... I don't know that you could split the views to get it like you would in a real simulator cab with FS. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever actually seen anybody do it, so... Oh, if I had the money, I'd have a simulator for everything. I'd have a racing simulator. I'd have a, you know... a flight sim, and, you know, I'd have a tractor cab, but, you know, that would require millions of dollars that BP's never going to have, so... Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not really set up for that, you know? It's not the hardcore simulator that I sort of wish it was. And it's... I bet it's mostly because of the fact that they want to keep it console-friendly, so... Like everything nowadays, they want to keep everything console-friendly, so... We kind of pay for the, you know, for that. The PC guys pay for that, but whatever, you know, it's okay. Hey, the more people playing Farm Sim, the better, I guess. That's the way I look at it. Yep. Compressed air blowing off the nodder, which is good. Oh, this hay isn't particularly dusty, but... Yeah, you can span it. You can definitely do that, and David should know because he's got about 72 monitors, so... I'm only kidding, he doesn't, but it's a running joke between me and him. I just know that if I'm going to run, you know, any higher than 1920 by 1080, I'll need a better graphics card, so... Not that there's anything... I mean, this is a badass 960 I got overclocked and, you know, jacked up and everything, all done up from Gigabyte, but... And it's a great video card, and I always say that, but I really want to get a 1070 just so I don't have to mess with it for another couple of years. Unfortunately, the 1070 I want is nearly $500, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon either. I'm very happy with this rig. You know, I was happy with the Abacus. I mean, you guys all know, 800 and something videos on the Abacus. So I was happy with that. But this will do a lot more than the Abacus ever would. Yeah, you know what? I have an Xbox 360 and an Xbox One. I just don't ever turn them on. I don't... All the games I have for them, I don't really like. So I just... so I don't ever use them. Oh. Right, yeah, the kids had to have AN monitor, so... You know, well, I hear he's building a pod for them now, too, so... David's gonna come on Discord any minute and give me hell. Alright, time to do Ye Old Headland now. That's the one thing about multi-monitors is you want to have a very small bezel. Like, I'm lucky that the bezel on this TV is pretty small, so if I were to mate two of these up together, or three of them even, which would be ridiculous, but... the bezel wouldn't be quite so obtrusive as it is with some, you know, I mean, it's not an ultra wide, it's not a zero bezel, because I don't have that kind of money, but it's pretty small, so. it's the thing with that Swarjo. It leaves a pretty wide windrow, and occasionally it's a little too wide for the pickup. I mean, I run a ton of material through this baler. Luckily, this baler can take it, so. Kind of hear the tractor lug every time the ram strike comes because it doesn't have a big flywheel on the baler. I would dearly love to get a Krone big pack, like a 1290, for that reason, because they've got a big flywheel and they run a lot smoother than just about every other baler. But unfortunately, I do not have the money to be laying out for a big old high-featured Krone baler when I don't need it. So this baler's got to last me about 10 years or so. Sometimes these Massies have trouble with the knotters, but this one's been pretty good. I haven't had any real issues with it. So. Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, too, this is a Magnavox OLED TV, and I really, really like it. And if I was going to do it, I'd probably get 2 more of these. I just don't know where I'd put them, because I don't really have room for 3 monitors where I am at the moment, so. But that's all going to change pretty soon, so. As a side note, and I didn't say this last week because I kind of forgot about it, but I will not be here on Thursday. I do stream every day now, but I won't be here on Thursday because I have some personal stuff I have to attend to, so. I may be around at some point on Thursday, so you might want to keep an eye out for, you know, a quick Facebook or quick Twitter message or whatever about if I'm streaming or not. But as of the way it looks, I won't be around. But I will be here the rest of the week, so. To have a look at some of one of these bales after I'm done, see what the moisture level's like. It looked pretty good, so it should be all right. Good hard bales, good density, run it at a pretty, you know, well, medium high pressure, because obviously you don't want to run it too high with hay, but straw you can really sort of crank up the operating pressure. But next straight, can't see anything, missing most of the windrow. Got to come back and get that. Can't lose that much material, so. That's why I generally do this in the cab, because I can see the windrows better, but with this setup, I gotta watch this, the bale stacking trailer, because it doesn't tell me when it's full, so. Alright, that's, I think that's going to be that. Shut that down, we'll drive over here, have a look at these bales and see how they're doing, so. Are you a moderator? Yeah, you're a moderator, so you can leave links, yep. Alright, how are we doing here? Humidity 13%. Yep, perfect. Very nice bales. Awesome. Don't worry, bales. You won't be around long. You'll be getting used quickly, very quickly. All right, off to the next field, which would be Oh yeah, no worries, Yoda. You're more than welcome to leave links. You're a moderator. You can leave whatever you'd like. So just so long as it's not porn. Anything else is okay. Porn, you got to private message me. Oh. Well, the thing is that I kind of know, like, I know exactly what I want for a three monitor setup. It's just having A, the money, and B, the space to do it. You know. And if I do that, if I had the money to do that, what I would do is, what metal? Oh, I might as well go down and do the beef metal next. Was about to Google nasty midget. Of course you were. Of course you were, Yoda. If I ever do go to a 3-monitor setup, it's down the road a ways, so everything will change by then because I won't have the money. But I have a pretty good idea. I want to build. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to build a full sim rig, with a racing seat and all that. So, I mean, I have a custom desk now that I built custom. It's a couple pieces of wood screwed together, basically. But, it's all built around my steering wheel and my shifter. So, like, I don't have room for my keyboard or anything. So. A couple of new meadows. One new that's going to be this one on the right over here is a test plot for corn because I'm going to use a new piece of equipment that actually, as you chaff it, you blow it into the baler. The baler compresses it and turns it into bales. And the guys from UK Agri have been sort of suggested I take a look at it. So we did a test plot of corn over there for that. This is one of the new grass meadows that we have. So because I could never get enough grass. But I'll definitely take a look at that Mark Allen guy. Thank you very much. I appreciate the link. I love information. The more stuff that I can learn, the happier I am. So. Just 2 more of these monitors is going to run me nearly $1,000. So, not to mention the new graphics card to be able to handle it. And I'm pretty sure I could span 2 of these monitors with this graphics card. I don't think it would have any trouble, but. Yeah, well, that's the thing, David. Wherever I end up is going to have at least one good-sized room for me to, build my rig around. So building the rig itself is easy. It's just wood. I know how to do that. I've built them before. And I don't care if it sits in the middle of my living room. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me one bit. I shouldn't have come up. Oh, well, we'll do the compost meadow while we're up here, too. Why not? Hey, Shawnee. I know, David, you pretty much built your desk. You pretty much rearranged your house around your desk, too, so. You must be a lot of fun at work, Yoda. I'm not really supposed to go through this way anymore because I don't own this anymore, but I don't seem to mind, so. How's it going, Shawnee? How you doing? Welcome to Old Ridge Farm Live. Alright. Back to bailing. It'd be helpful if you got on the windrow, BP. And off with the beacons. Am I? Oh, because of the road, that's why. This pickup doesn't float very well, so when I get windrow on a road like that, it sometimes misses it. Oh, I want a crone. I want a crone. Chad, I want a crone. Can you find me a used crone that you'll take in trade for this Massey? Not there's anything wrong with this Massey. It works awesome. But I really want a crone. Yeah, waiting for Mike to come over with about 4 foot of air under the tires of his JCB over to humpbacks. Oh, good for him. He's a lot braver than I am. All I know is that this case tractor cost $185,000. So I try to take care of it. I'm still paying for it. He's still trying to find that field. You know what's funny? Even after all the hundreds and hundreds of, nearly thousands of hours we've spent on this map, there are places on this map that I have never been. There are fields up near Shawnee's place that I've never been. So I tend to concentrate on my, this area of the map. So I got to get up the old donkey sanctuary and cut that though for the compost master. So. Hey, Blake, how you doing? Long time no talk, man. How's it going? Welcome to Old Ridge Farm Live. A weekly show here on Bipolar Profit Gaming. We do Old Ridge Farm Live every Monday now at 2 o'clock, although I got a late start today because I didn't have power till about honest to God, 2 minutes before I turned everything on. So, because of the heat and the humidity and the load out here, everybody running their air conditioners and stuff, the transformer blew across the street from me, so they had to replace it. That's twice now in a week. So how do you guys like the multi-streaming thing? Is it handy to be able to watch it on YouTube or Twitch? I know some people have a preference on what they like to watch it on. What are you doing? Why do you do this? You know better than that, BP. Don't turn that tight. You're going to snap your PTO and your drawbar right off. Can you afford to replace that? Especially in the middle of the season? Not so much. Oh, very cool. What are you doing? What are you going to be doing at Job Corps? What are you going to be learning? You know, it's funny. When I was a... Oh, wrong thing. Got to be on the tool, BP. When I was a kid, I almost went to Job Corps, but I was going to trade school anyway, so my parents didn't really see the point of sending me off to Texas to learn how to weld when I was already learning that in school already, so... Because I was a bad kid, as anybody who's watched my vlogs know. All right, Shawnee, cool. Yeah, well, you know, the fact that I have the ability to multi-stream now, you know, you can watch it on whatever you prefer. So, and the cool thing is that it goes, you know, it'll go directly up to YouTube afterwards. So if you don't catch it, or if you don't catch it all, or if you didn't want to watch it all, you're like, oh, that part's boring or whatever. You can always watch it on YouTube at your leisure. So, and of course, the VODs are up on Twitch as well for as long as Twitch keeps them up. I don't know how long that is, but. But this will be the format for all my streams now. I'll be streaming on both services. Oh, whoops, stop. See what happens when you don't pay attention? BP not paying attention, are you kidding? So that doesn't happen. Sun will be coming fully up here pretty soon. We're pretty deep in the valley on this end of Old Ridge, so... takes a little longer to get light here than it does up the other end, so... Like up Justin in the Majors end, it's light already. But they also get more weather than we do, so... Kind of a trade-off. Oh, that road. I need to take that road out of there. Just can't really afford to get the diggers down to do it. So while we're doing this, I want to say something to everybody. I want to say thank you. First of all, those of you who follow me on Facebook may have noticed, or if you watch me on YouTube, may have noticed that I broke the 2,500 subscriber mark. I can't tell you what that means to me. I try very hard not to make this channel about numbers, you know what I mean? I don't worry about numbers so much. I much more worry about the friends that I make through the channel. And obviously, without this, I wouldn't know any of you. And I'm absolutely thrilled and honored to be, you know, to consider each and every one of you friends. But it's nice to know that your work is sort of validated by people, right? And 2,500 is a number that I've been looking forward to for a while. And that doesn't happen without you guys, you know what I mean? And thank you so very, very, very much. It means more to me than you could possibly know. As does the fact that I am, you know, personally friends with a great number of you. That means more to me than anything. More than any number, you know. That means more than any number, any stat, anything. It's the friends that I've made through the YouTube channel, through the videos, through the gaming. That means everything to me. And I want to make sure you guys, you know where I'm coming from with that. So thank you so very much. Oh, BP, you got all soft there. Yeah. See, I'm not such a bad guy, right? Did we even get a stack of bales off this field? We got one stack of bales. Oh, I need more bales. I'm not... Well, I mean, almost got another one, so... Yeah, you know, that'll happen. That'll happen, Shawnee. That'll happen, Yoda. Sometimes you you'll not make videos, but you'll still get subscribers because people like what you've done already. So they'll subscribe to you in the hopes that you'll be making more videos. I didn't make a video for, what was it, guys, 3 weeks? Almost a month I didn't make a video. And I still picked up subscribers, so, you know, and I think that's awesome. And it kind of motivates you to get back to making videos again. For me, this is now... Oh, really? What did I catch? Am I caught on this? There's a wicked hump on this end of the road from where this electricity pylon was laid down for a long time. And they finally came and moved it, but there's still a huge hump in the road. And then the road just disappears right here. I try not to come down here, but it's so much quicker to get over to the compost meadow this way. Although, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this turn. Oh, come on. Come on. There's a massive hump in this road. I'm going to have to get the diggers down to fix this. Although, this part of the road I don't own, so actually this would be... Oh, I'm not going to make that turn. There's no way I make that turn. Am I really going to have to go all the way around? Yes, I am. What's my favorite kind of music? Well, watch some of my older videos. You'll be able to tell. I am really into thrash metal. You know, bands like Slayer and Exodus and Overkill and Anthrax and Violator and Havoc and bands like that. That's my favorite kind of music. But to be completely honest, I have discovered a sort of interest in electronic music over the last probably 6 months. Mostly trance, like Deadmau5 and guys like that. Definitely not Skrillex. I'm not a dubstep guy. I think that's just noise. But my go-to music is always thrash. That's what I listen to when I'm not, you know, when I'm just hanging out or whatever. So, because I was there when it was born, you know what I mean? I was there when thrash became a thing, and I just fell in love with it. Back when Metallica was still a thrash band, you know, and still making real music, to, you know, compared to what they're doing now. So, although this new album is pretty good, so. Yeah, you know what, Peter? We're glad to have you too. So, you know, I am just absolutely thrilled with the community that's grown up around here. So, not so much Smiley Tourist. You know, I'm not really an industrial guy. Some of it is all right, but wow, let's just miss a complete part of the windrow, BP, while you switch views. Yeah, well, people love unboxing videos. You know what I mean? You buy something and unbox it, people want to watch. I don't really know why that is. I do the same thing. I watch every unboxing video that comes out, like that's on my sort of subscriber list. You know, I don't know why. Though I guess it's fun to watch other people get stuff that you don't have. You know what I mean? Like, I tend to watch a lot of people unbox steering wheels, especially OSWs, because I'm like, I want that so bad. And I know, you know, it's going to be a long time before I have $2,000 for an OSW, so. I got to say, I love my Logitech. I love this wheel. This wheel and me have bonded over the years, and it is, I have no interest, really, in changing it. I love it. It is the centerpiece of everything I do. Everything I do is built around this wheel, because I like it so much, so. And thanks to one of my fantastic friends for getting this for me. And you know who you are, even though I'm not allowed to say who you are. Easy with the turns, easy with the turns. That'll do, thank you. Wow, BP, you made a bit of a mess out of this field, huh? Yeah, I've always been into heavy stuff. No. Yeah, see, I'm the other guy. I'm the guy that watches the videos because I know I can't have this stuff, so I just watch it to see what it looks like and everything. Oh. Like people who buy big-ass TVs and unbox them. I thought about doing an unboxing video when I built the new rig, but I'm like, everybody's seen people build computers before. What's the point? Plus, I couldn't really do it on my phone and build it at the same time. I needed both hands, so... I don't know what you were thinking here, BP. What did you do with these windrows? Were you drunk when you did this? What is the story with this? I basically made a smiley face in the field, I guess. No, actually, you know what? I think Roy may have windrowed this field. Roy, what'd you do to me here? No, I can't blame it on Roy. I did it. Won't blame my hands for something that I did. No. All right, pick a spot here to go down now, VP, on one of this big smiley face that you got going on here. I guess we'll start over here. Oh, bales. I never ever have enough bales. I do not want to go back into debt again. I mean, I could possibly, the bank may think about lending me some money and I could buy a big field somewhere and just grass it off, but my cousin is the most spoiled person. At least he didn't put in trees. Yeah, well, there's still a couple hundred trees over there that need to be cut down for the compost machine, so we're getting there. Yeah, well, right. Yeah, right, Yoda. You've got that advantage. Oh, I could unbox all kinds of stuff. I could put stuff back in the box and unbox it. Just, who cares, you know? Oh. I think, you know what it was, is that I had the Swadro on the tractor, and I didn't want to go back and get the smaller rake, which I should have done for this particular field. I don't normally use the Swadro for this field because it's not quite big enough. And because it's so big, it makes just weird windrows. So that's all it is. Oh. I don't mind so much. It's me doing it, you know, as long as I get the bales off it. So I just wish this pickup floated better because it misses a lot in the corners because it doesn't lay over like it's supposed to. But I bought this baler and this setup because it was used and I could afford it, whereas a Krone 1290 would have cost me, you know, a ridiculous amount of money that I didn't have, so. Although I wouldn't hate getting a new round baler. I'd love to get me a Krone Ultima, but there's so much money, I can't afford it. I cannot afford it. Just so I can wrap and, you know, bale and wrap in the same operation, not have to do both at the... You know, go and bale everything and then go in and wrap everything afterwards. But, oh well, that's the way it's going to be. Hey, you know what? I got a Mickey Mouse TV. A TV that's actually, you know, built in the shape of Mickey Mouse. So I could unbox that for you guys if you'd be interested. So getting back to my cousin is the most spoiled person I've ever met. Why is he the most spoiled person you ever met, Blake? Because now I'm curious. Leaving them on a corner, not the best idea, only because I didn't want to drag them all down when I folded the thing up. Yes, I could. I'll have to let Mirman know, too. Just, you know, just be aware that you may not be in the story for a while. I am going to have the contractors in to do some of this corn chop. I'm going to borrow Mike's Krone 580 to do the test plot of corn with the silo baler, but we'll probably have the contractors in to do the rest of it, so you're up. Just because I can't afford to buy a self-drive chopper, so I have to either hire one or bring the contractors in, and it's about the same price either way. Especially since we do all the carting and the compacting ourselves. We just have them bring the chopper down, so. Yeah. Yeah, I see, you know, it's funny, I guess, I mean, obviously I'm old enough to remember those, you know what I mean? I have no interest in... I'd much rather watch, like, Linus build a $2 million computer, or, you know, one of those guys build a just ridiculous quad, you know, 1080 Ti Titan setup, and I don't know, because I know I'll never have it. I don't even want it. I just like watching it. I do think the next thing I want to get, technology-wise, though, is a capture card. I think I may get a capture card. He's mad because no one will take him to the park, and now he's slamming stuff around in my house, claiming he doesn't have a problem, but I know he's lying. Okay, well, there you go. At least he wants to go to the park, right? That's a plus. All right, last windrow. What other? Do I have another field to build? No, we did the new dairy meadow. We did the compost meadow. We did the beef meadow. That's all the meadows that were grown. I've got 4 more that are going to come up. So I don't know, Yoda. I don't. The only one I know of is it the Oligato one? Is that how you say it? It's the only one because I don't really know that much about him. I haven't really started to do research yet. So. I just know that, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably am, but doesn't that take this, like you would connect that in line between your video card out and your monitor, right? So it takes the signal directly from that as opposed to recording it from internally, so you should actually get a little better performance. That's the only reason I really want it. Not that my performance is bad now by any means, but I don't know that much about him. I haven't really started to do any research. So when I'm ready to actually get one, I'll get hardcore on the research. So yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And it's so, but I don't, like I said, oh, don't turn it too tight. He walked in right as I was reading it. But I need a second PC for streaming. Oh, that's right. Well, the Abacus is definitely not up for that. Well, I can't build another PC just to stream with. I don't have that kind of money. Someday, my ship will come in. El Gato, that's the one. That I couldn't pronounce it, but yeah, because I've seen it a bunch of places. And you know, I see videos with guys that use them. So, but yeah, second PC. Probably not. We all know the Abacus was not a big fan of streaming, so she did try though. She worked hard, the little Abacus. I can't. I mean, she's out to pasture now, and I want her to just enjoy the rest of her life. Just running chat. That's her only function now. She doesn't have to work too hard anymore. She's not a draft horse anymore like this, you know, this bad boy is. So she's done her bit. She's lived her life. So do I chase the last of this? I don't think I do. Drive all over the field, compact the hell out of it, BP. Good plan. All right. I believe this baler has the unload feature, correct? It does. That'll give me one more stack of bales. What am I going to do with this last one? Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I will pick it up and then drop it off. As dumb as this is, but just so it's not all... sometimes they'll get weird if they get stuck between the baler and the actual thing. So, the stacker. Did I miss a comment? I bought an Nvdia Extreme Cap U3, connects to my laptop with USB 3 so I can use the laptop for streaming and then enjoy perfect gameplay on my PC. Yeah, the Abacus struggles with streaming, if anybody remembers back in the day, so I don't know that she'd be able to handle it. I've been around since FS13. I remember when you and Grant streamed together. Yeah, well, we had a couple of fairly, you know, interesting streams, me and Grant. So back in the days. So, but it's great. Yeah, I obviously I recognize your name, so I appreciate the fact that you've been around for that long. It means a lot to me. So, all right, you can go back into stay there. You can get folded up, and we'll bring this back to the farm. It's a HP Nvdia DV7. It's got a 6-core processor in it. It's got a decent amount of RAM. It's got a 7660 AMD HD discrete graphics card in it. It will stream. It's just not great. You know what I mean? Oh. But maybe if I'm only using it to stream and not actually playing the game on stuff, it'd probably do just fine. Because I have really good internet. Really good internet. I pay enough for it, so. She's 5 years old, almost, so. I mean, I'll never get rid of it. I'm too emotionally attached to it. Without the abacus, I don't know anybody. I don't know any of you, So I'm definitely massively attached to it, and I'll keep it forever. Right now, she's basically an ashtray holder and a chat window. So, and that's and I'm happy with that. So. So I think I'm going to call it there, guys. We've been going for a little while now. I appreciate HP Pavilion. Yeah, well, that's basically what this is, Blake. It's basically a pavilion. It's an Nvdia. It's their sort of top end at the time laptop. It's got a 19-inch screen on it and all that. But she's, I think she probably could be able to stream without playing the game and streaming at the same time. It's just that was killing her, So, but I could definitely play the game on this monster and then stream from that. I may try it. So, thanks, Johnny. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I mean, I'm going to drive back to the farm, park this up, obviously, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Remember, I stream every day now. Different games, different stuff. Occasionally, you're going to hear members of my friends, The Monkey Show, in the background. You're always welcome to jump on Discord and hang out and talk, no matter what I'm doing. So, I want to thank everybody for coming and showing up and hanging out. So. Oh, this baler just gets stuck on everything. Did you forget something at the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable? It handles the encoding. Oh yeah, see, that's nice. That's one less step right there, right? So yeah, so you're not killing your PC while you're doing all the encoding. Yeah, I'll have a look at them. We'll see. Again, I've got some stuff coming up in my life that unfortunately is going to have to. All this stuff's going to have to take a back seat to for a minute, but. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, Yoda. It's nice to have you. It's nice to, talk to my friends that I don't get to talk to every day, so I really appreciate it. So there you go, guys. As always, thank you so very, very much. It means everything to me that you guys come and hang out and, and everything else. Remember, if you're not interested in anything else I do, Old Ridge Farm Live every Monday at 2 o'clock, and next week it will be at 2 o'clock because I won't be, sleeping. And I'll be here on time. Thank you so very much, guys. It means everything to me that you like coming hanging out with me. I love doing it, and I will see you guys all tomorrow with something. I don't know what yet. Keep an eye on the Twitch page because I'll put up a splash of what I'm playing. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. And I will... Yep, absolutely, Blake. I'd love to see you. I look forward to seeing you guys. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.